Hey guys, welcome to my scrappiness. Hey guys, it's Marissa again. So I had about 1,200 photos printed starting from Halloween of 2015 until I think it's Christmas of 2016. And I was organizing them on this album. And I figured, you know what, let me show you how I work it and organize and plan my album. And this is my working album. I've used this several times already, and you can tell because look, it broke. But it doesn't matter to me that it broke. I don't use it for anything else but to use it to work on my layouts. And as you can tell, I use Project Lifestyle. So basically, when I scrapbook, because I take a bunch of pictures, I mean, you can tell with the 1,300 pictures that I printed for 14 months. I take easily between 4,000 to 5,000 pictures a year. Easily. Actually, more than that. Sometimes even 6, sometimes even 7. So I use predominantly Project Life protectors, or I also found some protectors with We Are Making Memories and also Simple Stories. So let me show you what I did with this. So I only have 2 pictures on this side. I don't just scrapbook Project Life. I also, when I find good pictures that I want to scrapbook with layouts, I already put them here in the page protector for a layout. So I have a layout in front and I have a layout at the back. I then try to look at the pictures and the orientation of the pictures that I want to put next, and then I put them on a corresponding page protector that would fit them. So like in this case, my daughter was giving away candies to the kids, and then I continued it on this side. I went into Thanksgiving. So how I did this Thanksgiving, this is actually a portrait, what do you call this? This is the landscape and this is a portrait size, right? Anyway, so I just cut this out. Sometimes I do have a Canon selfie that I use a PhotoGrid app to print 2 pictures. Basically on these 2 pictures, they were regular the portrait orientation photos. So what I did was just cut them down to size. This is what I did for this page. Let me show you the other page. It's the turkeys. This is the turkey side, and I couldn't put all the turkey pictures. Plus this orientation are portrait orientation again. So I just printed them off my selfie, and then I cut them in half, and here they go. Again, I created, because we're being crazy here in this picture, and I have another picture over there. I wanted these pictures because to me they're special for being silly as we were working. And so this is what I did, and this is more prep at the back of the food. Thanksgiving is the only holiday where I really cook everything as much as possible from scratch. So this is me cooking. This is our cooking the stuffing, and then this is us making the ham. And then can you tell there's a scrapbooker in the house? I couldn't find anything to seal the plastic bag, so I used ribbon. And this is me trying to get ready for Thanksgiving. Again, where it has holes, I will put Project Life cards, or cut up some papers. And then this is another birthday for my son. Now you will see that I have some pages or photos that are stuck in between. When they're stuck in between, that means I haven't done selfie yet, where I would shrink this into a 3x4 photo. And normally if I put it here, then that means it'll go here in this layout. Or if I turn it around this way, that means it'll go on this side. I hope that makes sense to you guys. It makes sense in my head, so that's how I do it. Anyway, then there's another layout. Let me show you on this next batch of pictures, this is my friend's birthday. Now you will notice in this album that I have plenty of blank page protectors here. And normally what I do first is I look at the orientation of a majority of the pictures that are in here. So like, say for example, for this batch, they are all oriented landscape, right? And normally what I would do too is I would take these pictures and look at them and see which ones I would like to keep in the album and which ones I would like tossed away. So that's what we do here. That's what I'm going to do here is look at a lot of them, like this two are the same pretty much, right? So, but I would look at this and say, okay, this is the funny part because my friend Cherry is pointing to the birthday girl. But then again, you know, sometimes I look at them and go, okay, and I really don't like this because my other friend's eyes are closed. So I'm going to put that on the side. And then I look at, you know, this is our process, scrapbookers. We do take a lot of pictures. So we just look at which is better. So I'm looking at this picture and I'm like, okay, which one would I like to keep? So that's my thought process on this. So because I like to keep a lot of this, a majority of this, what I'm going to do now is look at this type, this orientation, because I can put 4 pictures here and 4 pictures at the back. So that's what I'm going to do here. So I'm going to pick out which pictures. So I'm going to start with that to introduce the photos and that. And then we're going to go to this. I'm going to go to this. So that's how I'm going to do it. Because this other 3, I want to put on the other side because this is when we start kind of messing around. This 2 goes here. I think I'm going to keep this. Do you see the process now? Because I have enough for this front side and to go to the back side. So I'm going to keep this. Because this is kind of funny because we were playing around here and we're trying to pose, and then Cherry, my friend Adeline did something funny. So they caught it right after she did it. So there you go. So I'm going to go and put this on the back side. In the meantime, because on the back side of this, I already know how I want to orient it. So this is how I'm going to do it at the back. So I'm going to go put this at the back here, put this at the back here, and then put this at the back here. Okay, so when I put this in, because the holes for this pockets are in the front, they're not at the back. So that's what I'm going to do here. I had to put lights here on the side, so if there's some glare, I am so sorry. But the sun, my sunlight is not as good. It's kind of gray right now. So I know, gray in Las Vegas, right? So there you go. So when I turn this right there, so now on this side, I can put a card for journaling, or I can put a card here for journaling. See how it goes, right? So now I can move this over right here. And because there's an album here, our birthdays are a couple weeks apart. In between my son's birthday and my friend Adeline's birthday is going to be an album for my birthday party. So I'm going to put here, because there's a big gap, an obvious big gap, when my family will start looking at this album. So I can say here that there's a separate album for my birthday party. This page is done. So my friend had another birthday party at her house. So now these are the pictures that I printed from her birthday party. I'm looking at these pictures. I want this picture. Her husband Robin and her, their birthdays are a few days apart, same year. So what I'm going to do is make this into a layout for both of them. And I'm going to look for another layout for this picture. This is my friend Adeline, Joyce, and me. So now I already know I'm going to make a layout for both of this. So now I'm going to pull at the back, because that's where I put my my layout pages, which is kind of, and bring them here, put these two pictures right there. And I put front and back so that I know they're two separate layouts. And then if there's any other pictures I want to add on here later, I can add that on. Okay, now I'm going to look at these pictures. I'm going to look at the pictures that I have left over, and I will find the predominant orientation for these pictures. So there you go. I have two that are portrait style, I should say. So what I'm going to do with this two is I'm going to shrink them down into 3x4s, and then I'm going to put them and print them into a 1 4x6 in through my selfie, and then I'll just cut them in half. So this will be the ones that are going to go to the selfie. Now let me look at this first and see how I'm going to want this orientation. So again, this will be an introduction to their birthday. That's a group picture. And here's another group picture. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do the next page. This is them blowing their candles. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put this at the back here, and then this one in the back, wherever you want to put it. But this one, I'm going to put this back here. That way I can put pick photos on somewhere else. So now I know how I want this orientation. Then I'm going to go back here and find, so I wanted this there, I wanted this there, and this two over here. Okay, so now I know to put this here, to put these two pictures over here, this picture over here, and this two over on this side. Okay, now let me see at the back. Okay, this is exactly how I want it. Now, you remember those two pictures? Let's go back here and look at them. So this is happening during the party. So I'm going to put that right here. This is after we ate. So I'm going to put this back here, which means this photo, when I print them both, will go in either one of these four pictures or four holes here. And this one will go in either one of those holes there. So now I'm going to move this over here. When I look at this later, I know that all my pictures are positioned where I wanted them to be. I am just going to print this two into 3x4s, and then I'm ready to go and start playing and working on bringing in my papers, my embellishments. Guys, so this is it. I'm going to stop right here. I think you're getting the gist. I hope this helps you understand my process, and maybe hopefully I can help someone out there who is like me, who take a ton of pictures. That's it, guys. I appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. I'll be bringing in more photos, more ideas, more layouts. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.